Hello friends, today we are going to study Cooktum algorithm. Here the numerical shows we need to construct a 2 by 2 convolution algorithm using Cooktum algorithm with beta equals to 0, plus 1 and minus 1. Let's see step by step how the algorithm is solved. So step 1, L plus N minus 1 equals to, where L stands for this 2 and N stands for this 2. So we have 2 plus 2 minus 1, that is 3. Therefore, we need to have 3 values of betas. In this numerical, we have been given with 3 values of beta as 0, plus 1, minus 1. But if the values are not given to us, in that case we may assume 3 values. So let us call each value as beta 0, beta 1 and beta 2. Let us move towards step 2. In this, we need to compute h of beta I and x of beta I. Now, h of beta I and x of beta I is an equation, and this 2 by 2 decides the number of terms in each equation. This 2 represents that there will be 2 terms in the equation of h of beta I. So h of beta I equals to h0 plus h1p. It must be having 2 terms. Similarly, x of beta I equals to x0 plus x1p, because this is also having 2 terms into it. For example, if we have 2 by 3 convolution algorithm, this x beta will be having 3 terms and this will change to x0 plus x1p plus x2p square and so on. So for 3 we will be having 3 terms. In this way, we have constructed the equation for h beta and x beta. Now substitute the values of beta. So beta 0 is equal to 0. The equation of h beta 0 will be equal to h0 plus h1 into 0, that is 0. X beta 0 equals to x0 plus x1 into 0 is 0. For beta 1 equals to 1, h beta 1 will be equal to h0 plus h1. X beta 1 will be equal to x0 plus x1. For beta 2 we have minus 1. So h beta 2 equals to h0 minus h1, x beta 2 equals to x0 minus x1. Thus we have computed all the values of h beta and x beta. Step 3. Compute s beta I. Where s beta I is equal to h beta I into x beta I. Okay. So for beta equals to 0, that is beta 0, s beta 0 equals to h beta 0 into x beta 0, that is equal to h0 x0. Similarly, beta 1 equals to 1, so s beta 1 equals to h beta 1 into x beta 1 equals to h0 plus h1 into x0 plus x1. Then beta 2 equals to minus 1, s beta 2 equals to h beta 2 into x beta 2 equals to h0 minus h1 and x0 minus x1. Okay, next step, that is step 4. We need to compute SP with the help of Lagrange's interpolation formula. So SP is given by the shortcut for remembering this is, you need to write down S beta 0. Remember, this S beta 0 is constant. We do not substitute the value of beta 0 here. Then we need to have P minus beta 1, because we have skipped beta 0, and P minus beta 2 divided by beta 0 minus beta 1 and beta 0 minus beta 2. Similarly, for S beta 1, we'll be having P minus beta 0. Now we'll be skipping P beta 1 and P minus beta 2. Denominator will be now beta 1 minus beta 0 and beta 1 minus beta 2. Similarly, S beta 2 equals to S beta 2 into P minus beta 0, P minus beta 1 divided by beta 2 minus beta 0, beta 2 minus beta 1. We need to substitute the values of betas in the given equation, and remember, we need not substitute in this S beta 2, S beta 1 and S beta 0. So let us substitute the values. We'll have S beta 0 equals to P minus beta 1 is 1 and P minus beta 2 is P plus 1 divided by 0 minus 1 is minus 1 and 0 minus of minus 1 is plus 1 plus S beta 1 equals to P minus beta 0 is P minus beta 0 is P and P minus beta 2 is P plus 1. So P square plus P divided by 1 minus 0 is 1 and 1 minus minus 1 is 2. So this will be 2. S beta 2. P minus beta 0 is P and P minus of beta 1 is P minus 1. So P square into minus P divided by beta 2 is minus 1, minus 0 is minus 1 and beta 2 is minus 1 minus 1, that is minus 2. Beta 2 is minus 1 minus 1 is minus 2, correct. So we have S beta 0 minus of P square plus 1, taking the sign, negative sign to the numerator part, then S beta 1 by 2 P square plus P plus S beta 2 by 2 P square minus P. Once we have got this equation, we need to represent this equation into matrix form. So let us now represent the equation into matrix form. Here we'll be having S0, S1, S2 as the three outputs. We'll be having a matrix and we'll be having S beta 0, S beta 1 by 2, S beta 2 by 2. Now, how to solve this matrix? In the previous equation, we had seen This first row stands for p to the power 0. Second row stands for p to the power 1 and third row stands for p to the power 2. Now see, in the multiplication term of s beta 0, we have 1 over there, that is p0 coefficient is 1. So we'll write 1 here. There is no term in s beta 1 having power as p to the power 0, so we'll be writing 0. Similarly, there is no term in s beta 2 with p to the power 0, so we'll be writing 0 here. Now, let us concentrate upon second row. We have s beta 0. We have s beta 0. There is no term of p. So, here we'll be having 0. There is one term of p, so 1, and coefficient of this p is minus 1. So, second row will be 0 plus 1 minus 1. Similarly, if we check minus p square, this is minus, this is plus, and this is plus 1. So here we'll be having minus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So minus 1 plus 1 plus 1. In this way, we have computed the matrix out of Lagrange's interpolation formula. Now we need to bifurcate this matrix. As we know, s beta 0 is multiplication of h beta 0. So we'll bifurcate this in terms of (1 0 0 0 1 minus 1 minus 1 1 1). Now s beta 0 is multiplication of h beta 0 x beta 0. So remember, h beta 0 is always a pre-computed matrix. So all the denominators should go to h beta 0. Therefore, we'll write down h beta 0 0 0 0 into h beta 1 by 2 0 h beta 2 by 2. Okay. Then next step is computation of X matrix. Remember, X beta 0 was X0. You can check in the previous equations. Our X beta 0 was X0. So all the X beta 0, X beta 1 and X beta 2 have only two terms into it, that is X0 and X1. So I have further bifurcated it directly. I have written the terms X0 and X1. X beta 0 is X0, so 1 here, no term of X1, so 0 here. X beta 1 is X0 plus X1, both the terms, so 1 1. X beta 2 X0 minus X1, so X0 1 for X0 and minus 1 for X1. In this way, we have bifurcated h beta 0 and x beta 0. Let us now substitute the values of h beta 0 also. S0, S1, S2. 0 minus 1, 0, 1, 1, 0 minus 1, 1, h0, 0, 0, 0, h0 plus h1 by 2, h0 minus h1 by 2, 1 0 1 1 1 minus 1, x0 x1. Now this is your final matrix. Out of this matrix, we need to find out how many adders and multipliers are required. I'll give you a shortcut. Always remember how many outputs are there. There are 3 terms in the output, so we'll require 3 multipliers. The reason for using 3 multipliers / 3 multiplications is that we need to multiply 3 times h beta 0 by x beta 0, this is first time, h beta 1 by x beta 1, this is the second time, h beta 2 and x beta 2, that is the third time. And how to find out the adders? So here we will require one adder. Check out the rows. We need to find out, even if there are two numbers in a row, we need to add them. In this way, here we can keep an adder, here we can keep an adder, here we can add an adder. So we have 3 here. Single element in each row, so no need of any adder. Here you can need any adder, and here also. So let us count 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. In this way you will require 5 adders or 5 additions. So with this we have seen that in Kooktum algorithm, or by using Kooktum algorithm, we require 3 multipliers and 5 adders. Further, by adding modified Kooktum algorithm, we are going to reduce these nodes subsequently. This can be seen in the next tutorial. Thank you.